Hello everyone, my name is Sick and welcome to another Ground Branch update video. It's been a while since the last one, but a new patch has just hit and it is absolutely massive. The change list is extremely long and a lot of things are like engine related things that you can't readily show, but there have been a lot of new gameplay changes as well. For example, every map now starts in the ready room, which you can see right here, and it is absolutely cool because in the co-op missions, for example, this is where everybody will spawn, and you can go to the operations chamber over here, and this is where you will find all of the information relevant to your current mission. Right now there's nothing yet, because most of these things still have to be hooked up, but that's what the plan is. You can have all of your information, your people or your team members can walk around in here, discuss various aspects of what it is that you're going to do, and how you're going to do it. And then finally, once all of that is discussed, you can go to the team room. And right now there's only one, of course, because this would be a co-op map, but in adversarial mode there would be a second room for Bravo team over there and one for Alpha team over here. And yeah, you can see the roster as well. So right now there's only me, nobody else. But once you move in, you join the team, and once you've joined the team, you can customize your operator in this side of this little barracks room. And you can walk up to any one of these points, and once you get close you can left click and it will bring you to the operator overview. And if you pay attention, you can already see a new weapon has been added as well. This is the SVD, and let me show it to you. It is a weapon, I think, with 10 bullets in the magazine and a few bits of customization. So basically you can add a rail adapter on which you can add various sights. So for now I added an ACOG 6x48, and on top of that I put a small reflex sight. And then at the end I put a suppressor. Okay, and another thing has changed as well regarding the ACOG 6x48 specifically, and that is that it's been made to be a little bit bigger, so it fills more of the screen and it's a little bit more useful now. Alright, so then you just yeah, you can still select your sidearm as well. I tend to use the G22 because it has a lot of bullets in the magazine, which you can still customize as well. So you can add like a tack light, nothing on the muzzle yet. And you can, there's only one type of ammunition for this, but for the SVD there are multiple types of ammunition. For example, you can have green tracers, orange tracers, or red tracers. And so I'm gonna go for the red for now. And yeah, you can see it's a 10-round magazine. You hit apply, you hit OK, and then you can enter the play area over here by walking through the door. And this is one of the new things that has been added as well. There is now terrorist hunt on the Tankership map. Previously you could only walk around on it and there would be nothing here, but now we have actually got AI troops walking around that we need to kill. Alright, and that's really cool, because some changes have been made to the AI as well. And they're quite significant, because previously you could shoot at soldiers in the distance without them really noticing you if they did not spot your physical presence. That is no longer the case. The AI now reacts to incoming fire. So if you shoot at someone and they miss, they will detect that they have been shot at and they will return fire at you, try to suppress you a little bit, and it changes the gameplay completely. Oh. It changes the gameplay a lot. Oh, I hear the machine gun there, yeah. Because now, previously... Oh! Come on, damn it. Previously, you could just shoot at the enemy at a distance and they would never shoot back at you. Alright, and you could just shoot them until they were dead, and it was a little bit unchallenging that way. Like, they would only shoot you if you were close enough for them to spot your person. And, like I said, that is no longer the case. Now they will shoot back once you miss, and it makes things a lot more interesting. Another thing that has changed with the addition with that addition on the AI, like you could see, I missed. He noticed and now he's returning fire at me. But another thing that has been added is the AI now has a bit of muscle awareness as well. And what that means is that the AI will actually notice that another trooper or a friendly trooper is moving in front of them, and they will try to hold fire and put down their weapon a little bit so that they don't kill any of their own team. Which they would do previously, and that has been a pretty significant change as well. Though for us as players, the returning fire once they detect incoming fire, basically, that's the biggest change on our side. But it's a very, very exciting change. Oh, where does that come from? There we go. Another small change that has been made is to the blood decals, which is very interesting as well. I'm going to show it off in just a minute, but basically if you shoot someone, there will be drops of blood spraying around, and every drop of blood that hits the ground will now leave behind a physical decal, or a visible decal, not physical, but visible decal. And that's quite interesting. It still looks a little bit strange, but yeah, let's see if we can hit this guy over there. Oh crap! I think yeah. Alright, I think it's time for a reload. And also the blood decals have been made a little bit smaller as well. So if you look at the body, the decals on their body are a lot smaller than they used to be. As you can see right here. This one is a little bit long because of that. Oh crap, oh it's up there. Oh man, now they're coming from all directions. Oh fuck. Okay. But yeah, so basically we have a night version and a day version of this map. And if you get killed, you can go either spectate if other people are still alive, or you can go back to the ready room, which will happen automatically because I'm all by myself and nobody else is on the map. But if there was somebody else, I could spectate them until the mission is over. And yeah, that was the SVD. I think I'm going to change it to a different weapon because while it is nice, it is not very useful if I'm by myself and I only have a 10-round magazine. So I'm going to switch back to I don't know, maybe the Galil, because the Galil and the AK have had their sound changed a little bit as well. Oh, you can't add a sight to the Galil. I never played much of this weapon, so this will be interesting. And yeah, their sound has been changed a little bit. Let's see, I have a little cheat sheet of what else got changed. I think I hit most of the things, but yeah, they also changed some stuff about the ragdolls. The ragdoll synchronization has been updated a little bit, so it can be expanded on later with a loot system. Or well, that doesn't mean like you get a superior AK, like a golden AK of +10 fire damage or something like that. It means that you can then just pick up items from bodies and stuff, like the weapons or maybe something else. I don't know what they've got planned for it exactly, but at least the weapons will be something that you can pick up later on. And maybe they also talked about dragging bodies, and for that I think it will be specifically for a medical system. If one of the players gets hit, then you can drag his body out of the way, and that's basically what they want to do with that. And that's a very exciting change as well, because that was something that was in Arma 2 but not in Arma 3, and that was a very, very cool thing that I always really liked to do in co-op. Like, oops, crap. I really hope I can get close to the inside of the tanker ship, because that is a very cool, interesting part of the map. Because out here you have long-range firefights, but once you go in, it will be a lot more claustrophobic. Oh, ooh, I can't really see anything with. Ooh, fucking hell! They're coming from all directions now, eh? They're still very sensitive to the sound of walking footsteps and stuff like that. And also, of course, to the sound of gunfire. That will attract them like crazy too. Because I'm alone, it's a little bit hard. But let's see, yeah. You know what, I'm going to go for a more familiar setup. I'm going to go for an M4 with, I guess, the ACOG 4x32. No, not on the M4. I want that on the M16. No, actually, I do want it on the M4, because this I can remove the front sight and the rear sight, and then I can add the 4x32 and probably the muzzle device as well, an offset rail, like so. And on top of that, I'm going to put a Red Dot Pro. Apparently that doesn't work. I need to have a small reflex sight. Okay, fine. Let's do it like this. Also, some work has been made towards a hostage. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure if it's on any of the maps so far. But if it is, it means we can have hostage rescue missions later on, which is really cool. For now, apparently it will just follow you around, and in the words of the developer that is working on the AI, it is still dumb as a brick. But that's just because this is its first iteration. And yeah, things like these take time, you know. Still nothing visible over here, but holy hell. Alright. That took some time to kill, but luckily he was still shooting at the thing in front of him. The AI still doesn't adjust for muscle climb, which I think they will work on next. I don't know, but that would be good to have, because right now they only really oh, what was I going to say? I got distracted by this guy now. I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. Oh yeah, muscle climb. Because right now, if they have like a machine gun, they will just shoot up into the sky, because they just pull the trigger, they don't compensate. But yeah, as you can see, this is the blood decal effect that I was talking about. So when I shot these guys, they had a lot of blood spurting out of them, and that got onto the floor, and they would now leave behind these little blood decals, which is a little extreme, as you can see right here. But it's quite cool. I like the idea. Fucking hell. I like the idea of it, of having like little blood spatter all around on the wall and wherever it hits, you know. That's it's quite hard. And also one other thing that has been changed is they have added a test map. It is going to it's a work in progress map. For now it's called Alleyway, and it's just a block version of this map. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be, because the developer doesn't quite know what it's going to be, or what is going to be its theme. We don't quite know at the moment. So this is something that needs to be considered, but you can walk around in it and test out the basic flow and layout of the map. And I might show it later on as well. I'm going to have one final run over here, and then see if we can get close into the ship. Otherwise, this will be the last playthrough on the tanker ship in this video, because I don't want to do this over and over and over again. You know, I might make a separate video for a proper playthrough of this game. This is one thing I noticed as well with the weapon canting. Yeah, you can cant your weapon, but if you go back up, it now will be a little bit like this. I don't know if that's intentional, but if you switch like so, it will actually switch over and make it horizontal. But if you go out of it, like right now it will be good, but if you go out and then go back, the weapon will be horizontal, and the sight will be at an angle, which is a little bit strange, because then if you go out of it, it is still canted like this. Oh man, I have to be careful here, because they're going to come from all sides again. Yeah, I'm very excited to have more gameplay on this map. It's been a very long time since we had oh crap. It's been very long since we had a tanker ship in any game that I know of. At least in a tactical shooter, it's been a very long time since we had... Oh, holy hell, okay. Yeah, so that was the last playthrough of myself on this map. And I'm going to have a look at on the Alleyway map next. But yeah, it was very interesting to me to be back on a tanker ship, because the last one that I remember playing in a tactical shooter was the one in Rainbow Six Rogue Spear, and I don't remember anything else after that. And it's quite cool, because it makes for a very interesting experience, because you have the very long sightlines on the deck, and then you get into close quarters combat inside the ship itself, and you have the big engine room again, where it's kind of like medium distance, and you have a lot of visual noise that can hide the enemy there. And I'm quite excited, because I haven't actually done a firefight inside the engine room in this map yet, and I'm quite excited to do so, but that's going to be on another video probably. Anyway, let's have a look at the Alleyway. Alright, so we made it to the alleyway, and as you can see, I was right. Like, this is just a block out of the map, and it's not detailed in any way just yet. There's a few random items scattered around, but this will be fleshed out into you know, a thematic map. But at the moment, the developer doesn't quite know what the theme of this map is going to be. And actually, I remember this area in the central, like this is the central area of the map, and this reminds me of the Kickstarter. Yeah, the Kickstarter video, the promotion video that they made for it. Like this part of the map, it really reminds me of one of the areas they showed off, where they were shooting pop-up targets and things like that. But it's quite interesting because there's like there's a central courtyard. You can go around to the sides. You can go up. There's the ground floor. There's the second floor. There is also tunnels on the ground. And let's see. I think I guess you can go down into those from up here. I think this is it. Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is one of the tunnels. And this is, like I said, this is all very basic. It's just a blockout map, but it's just all about the flow and, you know, what the general feel of it is going to be. So you can go back up over here, for example, because there's the same kind of tunnel as over here. Like this tunnel is kind of mirrored. There's one over here like this, and then on the other side where I was just in. And these both lead to another start area of the map, I think, because when I first tried out this map, I started off outside in this area over here, and yeah, as you can see, just a few items scattered around. You can go left over here, you can go right, you can go through the middle, so there's a few options here, which is cool. But mostly this this central area here is going to be interesting, because if there's going to be targets over here, and I'm pretty sure there will be, of course, you have to check all of these windows upstairs, that room, or that door, these doors down here. Then you have windows up there, windows up here. Lots of things, basically. And you can go up and down in various spots as well. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the developer decides this map is going to be. And what its theme is going to be, basically. And then to finally have some AI walking around in here as well, because that is always going to be the best indication of how a map flows, I think. Right now, for me at least, it's a little bit hard to see how I'm going to play through this map exactly, and probably very slowly and checking all my corners all the time. I think that's going to be very important on a map like this, because there's a lot of angles to consider. But that's always a good thing in tactical shooters, because that is that's why you need teammates to cover your back, you know, to have when you have all of these angles. That's the problem I had, for example, when I played the Insurgency mod before it went retail. Like a lot of these maps they were very linear, and they didn't have a lot of freedom of movement. But now the retail maps of the retail Insurgency game, it has a lot of places like this where you have a lot of angles to consider, and not one room can be secured by just one man most of the time. And that means that you need to have teammates to cover your back, and otherwise you can be flanked or shot from the side, or shot from the back, or even just from the front as you are checking your rear, you know. And that's what is really good for a tactical shooter map, and I think for that this map is going to be excellent if I look at all of these doors and windows and elevations and things like that. So very curious to see how this map will evolve over time. And yeah, I think that's basically all that I wanted to talk about. If I have a look at my little list off to the right there. Yeah. Only other thing that I've got on the list is that breaching is back in, apparently. I haven't tried it yet, but it is something that you can do again. So you can have your little breaching charge, you can put it on the door and blow it to hell. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will try to keep tabs on the updates for Ground Branch as time goes by, because this is the game that I want to see more than anything else. And yeah, it's always good to see progress on it, and I hope that you enjoy watching these videos as well, and of course that you have an active interest in Ground Branch by looking at these videos and decide to purchase it if you haven't already. These developers certainly deserve it. So, like I said, please like and subscribe or share with your friends if you want, and I'll see you guys for the next video.